from Stamp Anything, and today we're going to make a cute little paper craft. These are little mini paper table lanterns, kind of like those hurricane lanterns, but we are making them out of paper. They make really cute party favors. They make really good decor for your summer parties and just your outdoor elements. We do have the sun cut out. You can also, if you were going to make them into party favors with super tiny type candies, you just want to put some acetate on the inside so they won't fall out of the holes because the holes are on all sides. You do have the little opening on top, the twine, and the cute little charm. You can also buy at like a Dollar Tree those battery operated tea lights that would sit in the bottom of these as well, and you can light those up at nighttime and have them across your table, and they just make a really cute little ambience with the light. So again, you could do it with treats, you could do it with the lights, you could even put potpourri or some essential oils on some potpourri, and then even have like something fragrant on your table as well for the summer. This is a really cute and really simple and easy project to put together. In your kit, you will be able to make 4 of these adorable items, and we're going to show you what is in your kit contents to make sure that you have everything times 4. You should have 4 of these cute little sun charms, 1 for each of the lanterns you'll be making. You should have a set of 4 of the orange ring suns, so you're going to have 16 of these in your kit, 1 for each of the lanterns. Then you have your base piece, and you'll have 4 of these as well. The little handle, 4 of those as well. And then you're going to have a length of twine that you could either cut as you need, or if you wanted to, go ahead and divide it in 4s so then you know how much you have for each individual one. And that's all it takes to make these cute little lanterns. And all you need for this is either some really strong double-sided tape or some glue. If you're going to be using double-sided tape, I do suggest maybe use the red line tape or just one that you know has a really good adhesion to it because you don't want them to fall apart. If you're using, a less sticky or abrasive type adhesive. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have our base piece down, and all we're going to be doing is we're going to be gluing our little orange pieces to the outsides of our box around the circles. So like I said, I'm just going to use some glue. Well, on this it would probably be hard to use double-sided tape as opposed to on the tabs. But so we're going to go ahead and glue these all down so everything's still nice and flat, and you don't have to worry about trying to get it perfectly aligned or whatever when your box is formed. So let's just go ahead and grab our glue, and we're just going to put a little bit of glue around. And I'm going close to the edges of the points because I don't want them not to be glued and then they end up catching because they're going to end up uplifting. But a little bit of glue goes a long way. And then you're just going to make sure that you go around the yellow part. I'm going to move those off to the side so I can lift this up. And I just like to put my finger in there so I know that it's even and it's distributed correctly, because the circles on the cutout and the inside of your thing, your sun, are the same size. So I just like always to have like that smooth edge all around. And we're going to go ahead now and repeat this on our next little sun piece here. Again, I'm making sure I get also close to the points of the edge. This glue dries clear, so if some of it was to escape and ooze out. It's going to dry quick clear, so I'm not too overly concerned with that. Another glue that works really good with these little pieces like this as well are the blue Zig marker pens. That way you can really get in all your little nooks and crannies. We're just going to put that down, and we're going to move on to our third one. So you can see how pretty easy this is, and what we're doing on this one, you would just repeat for all 4 that come in your kit. And here's our next one. Again, I just like to make sure I'm evened out, and then I can go ahead, push down. And then my final sun here. Okay, last one there. And go ahead and lay that down as well, making sure I'm even. Here we go. So there is our decorative outline. Now, if you wanted to, like I said, you could flip it over and you could add acetate squares to the back side if you wanted to fill it. Like if you were going to fill it up with, say, like M&Ms or something small that would fall through these. But like something like Hershey Kisses, things like that. I mean, you can put Starbursts in here, anything candy-wise. And then, of course, again, you could also do the light or the potpourri. So the next thing that we want to do also that you could do too, if this was too plain for you, you can even stencil on here if you had some really nice summer stencils, or if you wanted to add more than just yellow and oranges, you wanted to put some purples in there or greens. Feel free to stencil them however you want. We are using the Swiss dot paper from Brazil cardstock. I love the texture of it. And I love polka dots like on everything anyway. So I just love the texture of this paper. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to start folding in on all of our score lines. So we're going to first fold up on our bottom piece here and just score it. And then you may need to, it depends if I did them before I packed them or not. You may have to snip, if you can see close here. I have a score line and then a piece of the paper and then the next score line. You just need to snip to the edge here if it's not already done, so you'll be able to fold in your tab. So once that's folded down, you can then fold in your side tab and then your other side tab and then your bottom. This is going to form the bottom of your box. And then we're going to just continue scoring on all of the other lines that are already pre-scored for you. And then you have this little side one here. And this is going to start making the shape of your box. These ones up on the top here, you want on the opposite side of your paper to fold towards you. So just put those down. And then the little side tabs on the second and the fourth one are going to come towards you as well, because those are going to make the shape of that box to get it to look like a hurricane type lamp. And then these ones up here are just going to fold towards you, and the side tabs as well. So everything is just basically folding right towards you. And then I'm going to kind of flatten them out just a little bit again, because what I want to do is I want to get my side piece folded. So I'm going to fold this one over, and this makes it really easy to line up when you do it this way. And I'm just going to add some glue to this tab, and then I'm just going to fold it in half, and it's going to line right up with the edge of that paper And now you have the side of your box evenly and lined up perfectly by folding it that way. And I just like doing my folds that way. It just makes it a lot easier than trying to hold it together this way and trying to get your tabs to line up. The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to put the bottom of our box. Now you can glue this if you want, but I would suggest you decide that at the end depending on what you're going to be putting into your box. But if you just fold it up and stick it inside, it'll stay nice for you while we're doing our tabs on the top part of our box. So you have ones, it looks like a T and then a straight edge. And then you have the ones that are the reverse with the tabs on the side. Basically, all you need to do is you're going to be gluing this tab to this angle. And it's going to start holding the shape of creating that part of your hurricane lamp. So this tab here is going to get glued. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue. A little bit of glue on this one. And then a little bit of glue on the top tab, so we can do them at the same time. This one goes under here, and that one goes under there. And you're going to just pinch it, make sure it's lined up. And then the same on your top piece here. You just want to make sure it's lining up. And just hold it for a few seconds for your glue to go ahead and adhere together. Everything should line up really nice for you, and you get a nice clean look and line on that hurricane top part of the lamp. And you're going to repeat this on all the other, on the next tabs that you have them. So glue there and glue there. And again, this one's going to go down, and this part goes up. And we're just going to pinch and hold it for a few seconds. Again, I'm just going to make sure that it lines up flush with the edges of the papers that I have. And depending on your glue, you might have to hold it a little bit longer or maybe not as long at all. Just depends on the glue that you're using. And now we're going to do our third tabs. So you can see how nice and quick and easy this little project does come together, because everything is already pre-cut and pre-scored for you. You don't have to measure anything or count anything. It's all just in one piece of just folding and scoring and making sure the folds and scores are going in the right direction. Again, we're just going to hold that. My glue dries clear, so I'm not so worried. And then we have our last tab here. And we're just going to add some more glue. And I got to get this tab to go towards the inside like that. And again, you're just making sure everything is lining up flush together. So this is where, if you didn't want to use glue on these tabs, if you use the double-sided tape, you could do that. You just want to make sure, if you're using the double-sided tape, of course, a lot of the times once you stick it down that first time, you're not getting that paper off. So that's why I like to use wet glue. It gives me a little bit of wiggle room and time to play with what I need. Okay, so now we're going to move on, and we are going to be adding our charm and our decorative twine. And for this, you're just going to want, I took the twine that was in my kit and I cut it in 4, so I had 4 equal lengths. And you're just going to find a starting point so you know where you're going to be wrapping around. I like to wrap around 3 times because then I think it gives like a nice little chunk as opposed to just 2. But that's my own personal preference. You might like to wrap it up. You might want 4 lines on yours. It's whatever you have with your string, whichever is going to appeal for you. But don't forget, we still are going to need to make a little part of the string to hang our star as our sun as well. Maybe I'll do 4 on this one. I did 3 on my sample. Maybe I'll do 4 on this one just to see how it's going to look. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put down a little dot of glue to start the wrap of my twine. And I'm just going to leave that and hang it kind of close to the score line. Okay, I'm just going to move that glue down because I went too high. But I'm just going to do that and let it set for a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes, a few seconds. Just so that when I start winding, it's not going to shift around too much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead now and put more glue down. So I'm just having the one side of the tabs that's going to be glued down while the rest is just going to be wrapped. And that's just like I said, so it'll kind of stay in place as we go. So I'm going to do my 4, go around 4, and when I get to the end here, I'm just going to snip off my ribbon, my twine, and then I'll just end with another little dot of glue for it to go in. Okay, and this will be the back part of my lantern, and then you can see how it, oops, let's fix this right here because this piece went on top when I went around. Oops. See, this is what's so great about doing recordings. You get to see the bloopers of other people and learn from our mistakes. Alright, so here we go. There's that 4th one going around and then gluing it back there. So you just want to make sure that they're all laying flat. Okay, and then once that's going, we're going to have that dry for a few minutes. And we can go ahead now and do the string for our little sun charm. And there's different ways you can do the string for your charm. Obviously, you could just put it in the one way, the one hole, that it's just a regular loop type string here. And then you could tie a knot to hold it, and then you have this extra string, and then you can hang it down. Or you can do, it would be really tough to get the double string in there because it is a small hole and it's thick. So I'm just going to do it this way and tie my knot onto my charm. Like so. Okay, so I have my little knot here. And then we're going to figure out how low or how high you want your charm to hang. So you can have it hanging down lower, you can have it hanging up closer to the thing. This is just all personal preference, but basically all you're going to do is you're going to take one of your ribbon sides of your ribbon string, well, twine, I don't know why I keep calling it ribbon, and I'm just going to go under and pull the string out from the top. And then that way I can go ahead now and adjust the length of how long I want my sun charm to be. I'm going to put mine kind of close to the top so it doesn't interfere, I would say, to put candies in there or something of that nature. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and tie it off, making sure that this stays flat on the top side with the charm. And then I'm just going to do a square knot so I know it's not going to go anywhere later. And then I have my little charm. And I have excess string, so you could always tie a bow if you wanted. I am not the best bow maker unless I'm using my bow tool. The loops never come out, and this would be, I would want it to be a semi-tiny bow. But let's see how it's going to look. If not, I'm just going to tie them off. Let's see. And this is a really nice thick twine as well, the baker's twine. So I really would want it to be smaller. So you could tie a bow if you wanted. I don't like it, so I'm not going to tie a bow. You can keep your bow if you'd like. I am just going to go ahead. You know what I will do is I will tie knots in the end of mine and bringing up close to the edge. And I'm just bringing it up close, and then I can tie and twist and cut right there. So I won't have a fray, but I have a little hanging string. And then I can go ahead and do the same for my other one. Again, bringing it up as close to the top as I can. And there we go. Here is my 2 little strings with my sun. Okay, so we're nearly finished now with our project. Now you can go ahead and grab your little strip of paper, which is going to make the handle of your lantern. And you're just going to glue it on the inside, centered as much as you can to that center area. So we're just going to add some glue. And I am just going to center it. You can see the tabs inside, so you can kind of center it or just eyeball it as best as you can on the outside. And when that dries, you're going to go ahead and repeat on the other side. Oop. And again, this is why I like wet glue, because it gives you that little bit of wiggle time to go ahead and adjust what you need. And there is our cute little mini paper lantern. So now you can see I have 2 of them made. So you would repeat this for your other 3. And then again, don't forget, we did not glue the bottom of our box. So you could, if you wanted, just put your hands here, fill it up with your candies, and then you could glue your box shut if you wanted to, or you could just do that, fill it with candy and close it again. Or you could, if the candy's small enough, you can just go ahead and toss it in the top of your box as well. But do keep in mind, if you're putting a ton of candy in here and not gluing the box, if someone was to lift it up and take it to another part of the table or to take it home, if the candies are really heavy, this is just paper, so it might make the bottom come out. So that is why I suggest, depending on what you're putting in here, if you glue it or not. If you're just putting a couple little trinkets and a couple little candies, it's going to be fine. But if you're going to be putting in a big handful of like Hershey Kisses or Starbursts or something of that nature, you definitely want to go ahead and glue the bottom of your little paper here. Now this is not a die. This is just a cut file that I had made, which we sell on our sister website. But these are really a lot of fun. You can make them for all different occasions. You can make red, white, and blue ones for a 4th of July party. You can make holiday colors for winter holidays. You can do fall ones for Thanksgiving. If you have an SVG, a machine that cuts SVG files, you can remove the openings here as well and just decorate them with dies. Same thing with here. If this is a little too plain for you, but you have other dies from your favorite craft companies, maybe you have a palm tree die or a beach die with sand. I mean, you can further embellishment this as many times as you need to get it to look the way that you really want it to look. I like clean and simple, so for me, I think it's just adorable in the yellows and the oranges. And I fill mine with little candy treats. I do glue the bottom so it doesn't fall out. But this is something super cute that you can go ahead and do on your holiday summer tables. So for our specials for you guys, for this event, we this is a really fun event, and I love being able to participate in them. So we do have some specials for you. So I will go ahead and I will pop those up for you, and I hope to see you soon. Again, I am Annie from Stamp Anniething, and thank you for crafting along with me. See you next time. Bye. Okay, and so I am back here now to let you know about our volume special, which will get you 15% off your entire order over at www.stampanything.com. All you need to do is enter the code VOLSUMSUM at checkout before June 25th to get this discount. It includes everything on our website except for our fall retreat, any of the Stamp Anything merchandise, such as, the headbands, the hoodies, that sort of thing, and also on our Stamp Club and Stencil Club. But everything else is fair game, including all of our stamps, our dies, our stencils, our inks, our brushes, even our grab and goes and bundles. So you can get some really great offers there, and I hope that you'll take advantage of the sale. You guys have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time at the next volume event. Thanks a lot for having us. Have a great one. Bye bye. I also wanted to extend information on our stamp club, and if you join our stamp club, you can earn a free gift. We have 3 plans available: the basic plan, which you can earn 2 free stencils; our standard plan, which you can earn a stamp and a stencil; or our deluxe plan, which you can get 2 stencils and 2 stamps. Your free gift would be mailed out with your first order of stamp club. Check out our website for the different tiers and all it has to offer. It really does give you tons of savings in the long run, especially if you find that you become addicted to some of our images. I hope to do a volume event demo of coloring so you can see what it is that we actually do. But just know that Stamp Club could be right for you. Come on by and check it out. Thank you.